Hello everyone, welcome back to Python series. In our last video, we learned about list data type in Python. Today, we will learn about tuples in Python. So now quickly let's get started. A tuple is a collection which is ordered and changeable. That means tuple is a collection that guarantees us the order of the elements we provide to it. Tuple is also an unchangeable collection. That means we cannot change the tuple values after defining it. Although we can also assign new values to the tuple. In Python, tuples are written with round brackets. As you have learned in our last video, we use square brackets for the list elements. But to define the tuples, we always use round brackets. Let's see some examples of it. Here is a variable named as this tuple. Now this tuple contains three values that are apple, banana and cherry. So this is my tuple. Now let's try to print this. So now this will print an output like apple, banana, cherry, and it will always represent these values in the round brackets. Now let's try this practically. Let's go to our Jupyter notebook. Let's create a new Python 3 notebook. Now firstly, let's try to create a tuple. So let me name it as new tuple. This is my name of the tuple and I will assign some values to it like apple, banana. I'm writing these in single quotes because these are the strings. Cherry, or I can also use the integer values here like 200, 10, 23, etc. So my tuple is now created. Let's try to print this. Here you can see the output. It has printed all the values in the order that I provided to it above. And the tuple is always printed in round brackets. Now let's move on and try to access some values from the tuple. Now if I write simple print new tuple, then this will print the whole tuple. But what I want here is I only want two values that are banana and cherry. Okay, let's try to print only one value, that is banana. So I have to write here is print, my name of the tuple is new tuple, and in square brackets I will write the index number of the banana element. So the index number for the banana element will be 1. Let's try to run this, and it has printed banana here. Now let's try to print two values that are banana and cherry. So I have to write here is print new tuple, and in square brackets I will write the index number starting from banana, that is 1, then colon the index number that ends with cherry. So the index number of cherry is 2, so I have to write here is 3 because the last index is always exclusive. Always remember this. Let's run this. See, it has printed banana, cherry. So what if I want the last three elements? So I have to write here is print new tuple, and in square brackets I will write 3 and colon, and I will leave it empty. So it will print the all the elements from the third index to the last index. Let's print. See, it has printed 210 and 23. Now suppose I want the elements from banana to the last of the tuple. So I will write here is print new tuple, the index number of banana, that is 1, colon. Now I want all the elements from banana to the last, so I will leave it empty here. Or I can also specify the last index number, that is 7, or I can also leave it empty. It will give the same output here. Now let's try something new. Let's try some negative indexing. So what if I write here print new tuple, and instead of writing 1 I write -1. Let's see what it gives the output. See, it has given me the last element. And what if I write print new tuple and -3? So this will give me the last third element of the tuple, that is 200. So the next topic comes here is negative range. Negative range means printing the range values with negative indexing. For example, print new tuple -4 colon -1. It will give me the values from the last element to the last fourth element. Now let's move on and try to change the values of a tuple. As you have studied, tuples are unchangeable. That means the tuples are immutable in nature. We cannot change the elements of the tuple after creating a tuple. Now let's try to change the values and see how much it is correct. So let me change the first value of the tuple. So I will write new tuple. The first element has an index number as 0 equals to, and let me assign it a value as 100. Now let's try to do this assignment and let's see if error comes or not. Oh, it has given me the error, and the error says the assignment does not support in tuple. That means we cannot change the tuple values. So what if I want some new tuple values in the tuple? So we have an alternative method to change the tuple values. The method is, first we have to change the tuple into a list, and then we can change the values of a list. As you know, list is mutable in nature. That means we can change the elements of a list. So let's convert it into a list. So I will write here list and the name of my tuple, new tuple. Now this tuple is converted into my list. Let's assign it to a new variable. New tuple equals to new tuple, and let's change it to the list. So I will write list. Okay. Now this new tuple variable is a list data type. You can also check it by printing it. See, it has the square brackets at the both side. That means it is a list. Now I can change the elements. New tuple. I will change the first element. So the index number is 0 equals to 10 lakh. Now let's print this. So the element has been changed. We will again convert this list to our tuple. So we have to write new tuple equals to tuple new tuple. Now let's print it. See, the tuple values has been changed. So what we have done here is the alternative method, but this method is always ignored because this is not a good method to change the values of a tuple. So now let's move on. Our next topic is to loop through a tuple. So we can also loop through a tuple like we were looping through a list. The method is always same. Now let's try to iterate over a tuple. So to iterate over a tuple, I have to use the for loop. I have to write here is for x in my tuple name is new tuple and colon. Now let's print this x values. See, it has printed all the values one by one. So in tuple we also have a keyword as in keyword. Let me comment it here as in keyword. Keyword name is in. To determine a specific value present in the tuple, we always use the in keyword. So for example, we write for, now I want to check a keyword that is Bharat, if it is present in my tuple or not. So I will write for Bharat in new tuple colon. So it will print as yes. Let's run it. So Bharat is not present in this tuple, so it has not printed anything here. Now let's try a keyword that is already present in this tuple. Another example is if banana in new tuple, print yes. See, it has printed yes. So the in keyword is always used to check if the element is present in the tuple or not. We can also use this in keyword with the list elements also. Now let's see some functions of it. So first function we have in tuple is len function. This len function is always used to find out the length of the tuple. So let's try this. Print len, and in this round brackets I will write my name of the tuple, len of new tuple. So it has given me the 6. We have 6 elements, that is 10 lakh, banana, cherry, 200, 10 and 23. We have 6 elements. So it has given me the length as 6. The next function we have is del function. Del function is used to delete an element from the tuple. For example, I will write del and in round brackets. Now this tuple has been removed, or we can say that it has been deleted. If I try to print this tuple again, this will gives me the error because we have already deleted this tuple from the memory location. See, it has given me the name error that says name new tuple is not defined. That means it has been deleted. That is all for today. In our next class, we will learn about set data type in detail. So stay tuned.